Hey, Monster Forge here again, and I just wanted to let you know that in the beginning there was PHEYDEN. This was my first ever GLYOS figure. Now, if you don't know what GLYOS is, it is a toy line created by ONELL Studios or ONELL Design Studios, um, uh, toy making crew headed up by Matt Dowdy. Really cool guy. He's kind of the big brother, Papa, Santa Claus, Willy Wonka of the independent toy scene. Like, Matt's a really cool guy. I think a lot of him, and he's done a lot for toys and for toy makers, independent toy makers. But he came up with a line of toys that's the GLYOS system. And what it is, it's actually, not only is it an action figure line, it's actually a building toy line. Because every one of the GLYOS figures that he put out is put together with these, with modular parts. They have like a fit function on them that is patented by him. And all the figures pop apart. Now, the older ones are a little bit harder to pop apart, but later on, the PVC that they're made out of, he formulated it to be more, what's the word I'm looking here for? A little bit more flexible, so it's easier to build with them. But each one of the figures, the regular figures, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think that's right. 13 parts is what the original ones are made of. And this is the Traveler series, and this was PHEYDEN. This particular one was reverse PHEYDEN. Imagine all the gray and blue on this figure were swapped around, and you would get the original standard PHEYDEN. I never had one of the original. I've got different versions of the color, the reverse of this one's color, which was the standard. But this was the figure that started it all for me. I got him back in, 2008, 2009. I can't remember exactly which, but it was somewhere around that time. And the first time I ever bought a figure, I wrote Matt afterwards, and Matt just turned out to be the sweetest, most open, wonderful guy, very generous dude, and generous with ideas, generous with, he shares his toys with other creators as well, and allows them to use the fit function for the figures, for their figures as well. And there have been several different toy lines that have been compatible with GLYOS, thanks to Matt bringing other people into the fold, sort of. But anyway, I just wanted to show this was my first figure because I got something new this week, and it was, now, you may or may not be aware of a toy company, or it's another design studio. It's Four Horsemen Toys, and it's a group of sculptors and painters and other type of creators, and they've made the what is it? Mystic Legions? Is that what it is? Mystic Legions? Yeah, and after that they've created the Infinite Legions, and there's several different toy lines that they've done themselves, and they're all compatible in one way or another with each other, so you can swap parts with them as well. And they're actually compatible between different lines, between GLYOS and the Infinite Legion and Mythic Legions. That's what it is. It's mythic legion. It's not mystic. I'm a dummy. But anyway, all getting to the point of they had a collaboration with GLYOS or ONELL Design Studio, and the Four Horsemen made a combination, and they used one of the PHEYDEN characters to create a Mythic Legions. Infinite Legions versions of PHEYDEN. Now, if you're not familiar, this is one of the Cosmic Legions figures. And he is, well, that sword doesn't belong to him. That's not part of the figure. I got that from another figure for him. But such cool figures, the design on them, the sculpt and everything. Four Horsemen are kind of famous in the toy field because they've sculpted so many different toy properties for different companies. But the Mythic Legions, the Cosmic Legions, and now the Infinite Legions are their own things. And Infinite Legions allows them to work with independent artists. And their first figure out of the Infinite Legions line is going to be a PHEYDEN that is this size as the big guy here. And I'm very excited for that because that's something I've been wanting to happen for a long time. I've always liked the character of PHEYDEN and the design of him. You know, he's got that cool kind of mushroom helmet kind of head there, and very cool alien. He's got the little, almost like a little skull head. And I've always liked him. I always thought he was a cute little character and just a cool character. But to have him as a fully articulated, 1/12 scale figure, it's a dream come true. So I went ahead and pre-ordered the standard PHEYDEN, but just recently, like, I don't know, it was like a week back or so. Yeah, it was like weekend before last, or maybe it was last weekend. No, it was weekend before last. He had a drop. Matt Dowdy had a drop of a new figure that's in the GLYOS compatible stuff, and it was the Infinite PHEYDEN Standard, or Infinite Standard PHEYDEN. And what this is a collaboration between Matt Dowdy and the Four Horsemen guys, and they came up with, it's like a GLYOS-sized version of the figure that they're coming out with in the Legion scale there. So this is like a little GLYOS compatible version of that, and it's a really, really, really cool figure. It's compatible with the GLYOS guys in several different ways. Like, the figure is made up of several pieces. All right, it has like a scarf. Like, this is the way they pop together. It has a scarf thing for the head, and this is what he looks like standard. There we go. And so it's just the PHEYDEN head, but it's got a lot more detail than PHEYDEN usually has. A lot of very alien technology type look to him. And I just think he looks really sweet. This one is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pieces. And they all come apart. They have that, that pop and play thing going on there. Like a bunch of older toy lines, but this one, just the GLYOS fit thing just works so much better than a lot of other toys that pop together. Like the old socket poppers toys, a lot of times I found they would get loose after a while and kind of floppy, but GLYOS tends to stay pretty sturdy, and it's made out of PVC, so it's like you have to really put it through the wringer to do any kind of real damage to the figures. But like the hole in the back and the holes in the feet are the female portion of the joints that, the other part of it's male. So there, you know, any of the holes on the figure, sometimes it's a little bit difficult getting them in there the first time. It really helps whenever you're building these figures to have a hairdryer kind of warm up the parts, and they'll fit together better. But yeah, like the arm is compatible there like that. I didn't quite get it popped in, but I'm trying not to strain anything. But yeah, he comes with, this is what the figure it actually is by itself, but it comes with several pieces. One of the things that GLYOS figures are all about is swapping the different heads, and this is the head. It's like a skull PHEYDEN. I can't remember exactly what it was. He's sort of like an undead or a dead PHEYDEN, and he's really creepy looking. He's got all this cool, like, desiccated bone. And this, if I'm not mistaken, this is the original design that was, I think it was Eric Treadaway. I'm not sure. It's one of the Four Horsemen. It's a sculptor. He sculpted this for Matt when they were first talking about working together with GLYOS and the Four Horsemen. And he sculpted this head, and that thing is just so cool looking. It's like a really ultra gnarly version of the original PHEYDEN sculpt. And you can see the characters there. It's just a little bit more grody looking. And it also comes with the trying to see if I have a regular. I have an updated version, but this is it's an armored character called a Sarvos, and I think this is like an upgraded Sarvos. But this is the head that came with the Infinite PHEYDEN, and it's the kind of the more hyper real looking head, helmeted head there, and that's a cool looking. It has sort of like a Jason Voorhees style to it a little bit. And it also came with, this is one of the phase arms. This is the type of weapons that the GLYOS figures, the regular GLYOS figures use, but this is kind of a souped up version of it. And you can pop off the wrist, or, you know, like the forearm of the figure. And it's kind of cold in here, so these parts don't really want to go together all that much. If I had thought about it, I would have brought out the hairdryer and got everything all warmed up. But anyway, that's how it works. This is a phase arm, and really cool, nice looking blaster. And you can kind of imagine, and one thing people have always liked about the GLYOS figures is kind of like they're almost Samus from Metroid coded, you know, with the blaster arm and everything. That's what it's all about. It's about building these figures and the Craftsman, if anybody's ever watched Craftsman channel, he did a few years ago, he did a video about the GLYOS system toys, and it was such a cool video. It really inspired a lot of people to get into the GLYOS stuff. But as far as like compatibility and stuff, you can take figures like this is a GLYOS collaboration with Realhead, Mori Katsura, and this is the character Chaos. It's a combination of Chaos from Mori's studio and Matt's PHEYDEN, so it's Chaos, and it's a pretty cool looking character. But you can pop off a limb from him and have this guy with a mutation, like, and you can swap any part. And these guys are like, he very carefully designs this stuff so it's compatible. So you can make up some cool characters with this stuff. And one cool thing with Matt's stuff is a lot of times it'll have a face here and then another face on the other side. So you can have Butthole Eye Man Look into my butt. And, or maybe your butt will look into me. But another thing that Matt has, a lot of times he'll have these parts that I cannot for the life of me remember the names of the type of things, the type of pieces these are, but these are several pieces. This is part of a, one of the original GLYOS phase arms, and these are, I cannot for the life of me remember what the name of them are. I'm horrible. But these joints, they come in two parts, and it's several pieces that are compatible that snap together. And what it actually gives you is some extra articulation on your figures. So you can take this little this little construct and pop it into the joint, and you will get, like I said, sorry, dead air. There we go. You get an arm that, looks like maybe it fits a little bit, but it gives you articulation that you didn't have before. So you can have all kind of articulation in the arm, get all kind of poses out of it and everything like that. Just having cut joints, it gives you the ability to have, also you can straighten out the arm. But just cool stuff you can do with these figures. And these guys right now, they're sold out. I know it's not fair for me to show you guys figures you can't get right now, but the good thing about Matt's GLYOS line is he has different stories for different types of color variations on these figures, different, as they call them, colorways. And he has different characters that are different colors, and so what he'll do is to maximize the costs, or to minimize the costs of making molds and stuff like that, he'll run them in different colors. So you get several different versions. Like, this is the original guy that I got when I first started collecting, and it's the same figure, just with a little bit of variation on it with color and stuff like that and different parts. And he'll do that. He'll release figures in different colors and stuff. So you get all kind of really cool, really cool, colorful versions of things. And these are just some of the different heads from GLYOS figures. And like I said, everything is compatible. Isn't that cool with that? As translucent pieces like that. And, if you want to, you can pop that guy's head on there. So now he has a neon see-through head. Look into my brain. But yeah, I've always liked the GLYOS stuff. I've always been a big fan of Matt's stuff, and just Matt as a person. He makes some really cool toys. And him working together with the Four Horsemen, who are also another group of some of my favorite artists, you just can't lose. So keep an eye out on the ONELL design page. The GLYOS blog is where you get all the announcements about new and upcoming stuff. And good luck hunting. Hope you can find the figures that you want the most. And like I said, just stick around for a while and you'll learn all about it. The guys there are really pretty good about, talking about stuff. And Matt's always posting updates about what he's working on and what's coming up and his plans for the future. And good luck hunting. You can find some of the GLYOS stuff from people all over the place. If you go on Facebook, there's different groups there with the guys that collect GLYOS stuff, and that's a good place to start. Also, check out the Craftsman's video about the GLYOS figures, and it really explains it much more elegantly than I do. I'm just a rambling fan of the toys. So good luck hunting, and I'll see you guys in the next one.